Hello and welcome to Quick Review. My name is Zephyr and I am very excited to make this episode because today I'm going to be covering a figure, or rather I should say a repaint of a figure that I've been dying to get my hands on ever since I found out about the leaked listings for this guy. This is Transformers Legacy United Animated Universe Motormaster. He may just be a black and purple repaint of animated Optimus Prime, but let me tell you why this thing is so special. That's because he's a remake of this guy. This is the original animated Motormaster that came in the Stunticon Job box set at BotCon, and this box set is really hard to get your hands on nowadays. They're extremely rare and they are extremely expensive, going from anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 for a complete box set. Which is cool because it shows that Hasbro is willing to make new versions of these older BotCon figures, which were once exclusives that are really hard to get your hands on. Also, take this with the smallest grain of salt ever, but with Hasbro going on record to say that they want to complete full teams from now on, maybe, just maybe, we could be getting the rest of the animated Stunticons, and if we do, I really hope they combine so we can get an animated Menasor. We already have Motormaster, we already have a Lockdown that they would just have to tweak and recolor, and then just give us the rest of them. Getting back into the review, I'm going to take a quick look at the accessories because they're literally just the same as the Legacy Optimus, but just recolored to purple. You have the detachable light bar and the Energon axe with the extendable handle. And people have pointed out that we may be getting a Toxitron repaint because it looks like his plunger, but I don't think so, because it would have to get rid of the collapsible gimmick for it. Getting into vehicle mode size comparisons, I wanted to use a figure that pretty much everyone should have some iteration of. Quite possibly one of the most overused Transformers molds of all time. Here he is next to Siege Sideswipe, and they scale pretty nice together. Because he's a Voyager, he is slightly bigger, but at the end of the day, he's just a big, chonky truck, and he feels good to mess around with. He just feels good to play with, and most importantly, he looks dead-on accurate. He even has the correct wheel placement, despite Motormaster never actually appearing in the show. But here's the comparison you've all been waiting for. You know I had to do it. Here he is with the original Voyager animated Optimus Prime mold, and the OG Optimus Prime is slightly bigger, but they scale almost 1-to-1. They are almost exactly the same, which is really impressive. And this is actually the reason why I didn't pick up the Legacy animated Optimus, because I already have the OG Voyager, so I didn't really feel a need to, but I don't have the BotCon Motormaster. So as soon as this got leaked, I was all over it, and I ended up waiting, what was it, like a year before this guy finally got released. But I won't bore you with the details anymore. So let's get into transformation. As always, I sped it up because I don't want to waste your time. So here he is in his robot mode, and he looks so fantastic. This video was definitely not made for children because every time I look at this figure, it makes me gush in my pants a little. Spinning him around, it is crazy how just a simple repaint and a new head can drastically change the vibe of a figure and make him look so much different. And what's cool is that all of his accessories are on 5mm ports, so you can have a much cleaner looking Motormaster if you really wanted to, just in case you're worried about him looking too much like a black and purple Optimus Prime. And as much as I love to crap on the Legacy animated designs, the animated Optimus Prime is definitely the best one out of the bunch because they really hit the nail on the head, and I will die on this hill. And if there's any animated mold that deserves to just get milked and milked and milked for all sorts of different repaints, it's definitely the animated Optimus, because it's one of the few figures from the original line that already had a shit ton of repaints in the first place. Getting into robot mode size comparisons, he is much bigger in his robot mode because Siege Sideswipe only comes up to about like half of him. He only comes up to his chest. So really quick, before I bring in Optimus for the next size comparison, I wanted to point something out, because this guy does have waist rotation and it is used for the transformation, but it doesn't have the stupid gimmick that this guy has. You see, the way this guy's transformation worked was that he has a little lever and a bunch of gears to where if you flick up the lever, it would release the legs, the bottom half of the torso, and it would spin down into place. But this gimmick only ever worked like once or twice, and then every other time it would just get stuck. And you would have to do it manually, which sucks because it feels like you were going to break it. But rant aside, here they are in their robot mode, side by side, and they are almost the same size, which again is really impressive. The OG animated Optimus Prime is ever so slightly taller, but the fact that these guys are so close is just really impressive, especially in today's day and age where Hasbro just likes to keep shrinking the figures down, making them smaller and smaller. It's really refreshing to get what used to be a regular size Voyager figure. But one thing I also wanted to point out was just how dead accurate the head sculpt is. Here is the original animated Optimus Prime, and his head sculpt is very accurate to the show. But now I'm going to bring in Motormaster, and again, even though he never appeared in a show, there's plenty of reference like comics and pictures to take from, and it is dead accurate. Apart from the rest of his head just being a big gray block, the face sculpt looks so good. But as much as I am biased to the OG Voyager, there are things that this new Legacy guy does better. For example, he has wrist rotation, whereas on this OG guy, he doesn't really have any wrist rotation. The only kind of wrist rotation you're gonna get is just making it go back into his forearm. He also has ankle pivot, whereas the original figure, it's just fixed in place. So, I do gotta give the new Legacy mold some bonus points for articulation. And finally, closing off this video, here he is with the rest of my animated collection, and honestly, you can't even tell. He fits right in, and he looks like he belongs there. That should go as a testament to just how good of a job they did on this Legacy Optimus Prime mold. There is so much more I want to say about this figure, and I could easily spend another 20 minutes talking about it, but this video is already getting long as is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick review of the Transformers Legacy United Animated Universe Stunticon or Decepticon Motormaster. Be sure to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe as it greatly helps out the channel, and I will catch you guys in the next one.